Okay. You know what time it is, guys. For those of you who are watching me live, I wanted to share this video like from the bottom of my heart. And for those of you who are watching on the replay, just comment below and let me know that you're watching on the replay. But I want you to get this in your spirit. I want to get this in your mindset. I want you to start believing because I got this powerful message that you need to listen to real quick. And want you to just give me your time because I believe that this is the year. We're in 2018. We're in the second month of the year. We're living in the first quarter. I'm excited because I want to tell you how I did it from a college dropout, from a broken heart, like a homeless. I want to tell you how I live my best life today. I want to reposition your mindset. So you know what time it is. Let's say it's from the belly. Let's get excited because I'm pumped up. Let's say it's knockout time, baby. Woo! Guys, one of the first things I realized, as I made that decision in 2009. I made that decision that I wasn't gonna quit. I made that decision that I was gonna live my best life. I made that decision that every dream I had will become a reality. I made that decision that no matter how hard it gets, I will not give up. I realized that on my journey there are so many people that I've started and stopped. There's so many people that I've quit, and I'm gonna tell you, like from the bottom of my heart, like I want to get this in your mindset that you realize, like what you believe is what you become. It's that simple. It's not complicated. I want you to really swallow this one. I want you to really immerse yourself into it so you understand what I'm trying to explain to you, that what you believe is what you become. So I put a tweet out right on Instagram, and this guy hit me up, and he hit me an inbox, and he's like, man, like I don't believe in faith. I'm like, okay, because faith is just hoping. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, how am I gonna break it down to this brother? And I'm like, he says to me, you see, the thing about faith and hope is that it does not bring anything into existence, and that's what he's saying to me. And I'm like, okay. I'm thinking to myself, let me see how I can reposition your mindset so you understand that faith is the evidence of things hoped for. But faith is described as if you believe without action is dead. So I'm like trying to my best to explain to them that that faith does not tell you that it will be easy. Faith does not tell you that it will work out fine. Faith does not give you a guarantee that it will just all come together. No. Faith says it's possible. And sometimes I like, for those people that are struggling with cancer, for those people who are going to university, for those people who are trying to pursue their dreams, they need to realize that average mindset says that maybe it will happen. Let me explain to you, because you got to understand this, that when you get to a position of greatness, when you align yourself with becoming great, you will understand that faith says it is possible. Faith says that even though the storms may come, even though that some days you're gonna cry, some days you're gonna get frustrated, faith says that it will work out for you. And this is the element of faith that allows you to keep going. Like, I mean, seriously, this is the element of faith that allows you, from a college dropout, struggling with learning disability, dyslexia and dyspraxia, beaten to learn in the classroom. Some teachers said your head was too hard to learn, like me. I'm trying to explain to you. Faith says that you can make it through. And if you can only believe. I'm going in a tangent just a little bit because I want to tell you, like, I know you see the topic of this one, the secret promise, because I want to tell you a story real quick, and I want you to get this because this story is a somewhat true story. And there's this father, right? And this father got drafted for the army, and he had at the time when he was drafted for the army, he had a son that was sick with cancer. And the wife looked at the father, and that moment in the house when he got drafted, the letter came through the door. He looked at the wife, and the wife looked at him, and he's like, "Are you gonna leave me now?" Then in comes the son. The son runs through the door, looks up at his daddy, and he's like, "Daddy, look," with his head all shined off. He looks at the father, and the father said, "I got drafted for the army, and I gotta leave tomorrow." And I'm like, but Dad. He's like, "But Dad, I don't know if I can make it without you. I don't wanna." And Dad said, "Stop. Don't say these words." He said, "Stop. Don't say these words." And the son looks at the father looks at the wife looks at the father. Right there in that moment, the father said to the son, as he kneeled down and looked him eye to eye, said, "Son, look me in the eye. I'm going to make you a promise. And this will be my secret to you." And the son looks over to the mom. And mom turns her back and walks away. What could this father say? What could this father say to his dying son? Like, for real. And he's been drafted to the army. Like, what could he say to him? And I'm going to explain to you, because you're going to get this. This is something that you have to understand. It's the secret to success. That when you make a promise, come on. He looks the son in the eye, and the son looks back at the father, and the father reaches out and picks him up and put him on his lap and sit down in the chair, and he says, "Son, look me in the eye. I want you to know this. I'm gonna make you this secret promise." And with all ears open wide, and his eyes wide open, and his heart starting to beat fast, the father looks at the son, and he says, "Look, I promise you, I will come back. I will come back." And I'm going to tell you this. The son looks at the father with his face a bit gloomy and like, "Okay, but he said, "I will come back for you. I will be there with you." And then the son runs out in tears. And the father starts to pack the bag, and the wife comes in the bedroom, and they all pack in the bag, and he's there looking at the father. The wife is looking at the father's like, how are we going to get through this without you? And I said, "I made my son a promise." Come on, guys. I want you to get this. The father looks at the wife, and the wife looks at the father, and in that moment, the wife says, "Look, what was the promise?" He said, "This is the secret promise between my son and I will not." Come on. He said, "I will not let him down." And with tears in his eyes, and the wife embracing him, "Look, you best come back." He did not know the promise. She did not know the promise. He said, "You best come back." The father went off to war. You see, sometimes you and I don't realize that in the secret to success, in the secret of being great, in the secret of being phenomenal, you've got to make yourself a promise. You've got to make that promise so deep that you understand that the commitment is something that you have to live for. And the greater thing is when you make a promise that is bigger and greater than yourself, outside yourself. So you're not thinking about yourself anymore. You're thinking about your why. You're thinking about that person that you want to do it for, and make sure you outlive something that you can leave behind. That legacy that you're building will be greater than you. So I'm trying to explain to you, like, for real. Like, I know some of you. Right now, you're working on your dreams. You're working on your goals. And you're thinking to yourself, "Look, it's hard, Gershom. You don't understand. I've tried everywhere. I've knocked every door. But somehow, I've been pushing past my pain. And somehow, I can't get to that position where I feel like I'm going to make it. And it seems like nothing is coming my way." I want to tell you this. Today, from this day forward, from this moment forward, you have to make yourself a promise and understand that you can attach it to your why. But when you attach it to your why, you've got to believe. Because faith come by hearing. Come on. And I know this little boy, he heard his father's voice. So yes, he's on the battlefield. He's on the battlefield and he's out there fighting. He knew what he's fighting for. He's not fighting for just to survive. He's fighting because he knows his why is dependent on his promise. Come on. He's no longer fighting just to win the war. He's fighting. So when you see me show up, I made a promise in 2009 that I will live my dreams. I made a promise to my wife. When my mama looks at me and says, son, you can do it. There is something special about you. I know. I made a promise. So yeah, I show up every Sunday and I make sure I put in the work. I make sure I invest in myself. I make sure I execute because I understand this promise that is attached to my why. I know that it's greater than me, it's bigger than me, and my daughter's watching me now. I got a wife that depends on me. I understand for me to be great, for me to be amazing, I understood that I had to make sure I make a promise. And some of you are too scared to make a promise because your word is not your bond. It's not a binding contract. And so you're fighting for something, but you're still not fighting for something that is bigger than you. You're not fighting for something greater than you. You're not fighting just to be successful. You just fighting just to say you've done it. But when you fight for something that's greater than you, you got to understand it pushes you to greatness. And I'm telling you this, it's not just the battle, it's the war. You see, every one of us have the potential to be great. Every one of us have the potential to be successful. Every one of us have the potential to be amazing, but we've got to be willing to go through extreme pressure. You've got to be willing to go through extreme pressure. And on the battlefield of life, every single day you get up. You ask me why I'm up early. Some days I only sleep 4 hours a day. Sometimes I only sleep 3 hours a day because I understand I got to invest in my craft. I got to execute. I got to dedicate myself to this thing. So yeah, I'm that guy that I understood that I had to make a promise. And this promise is bigger and greater than me. And I want to challenge you today, like for real. I don't know what you're going through. I don't know, oh man, the obstacle. You might be fighting and battling cancer, but you've got to make a promise bigger and greater than yourself. The moment you start doing this is the moment that you realize that, hey, life is worth living for something greater than you. So when you wake up every single day and you understand you got to grind, you got to put in the work, you got to push through your pain, you got to understand that greatness is around the corner. You get that position in your mindset that you know no matter what you go through, no matter how challenging it gets, I'm going to make a decision. I will not give up. Come on. Come on. You have to understand. I will not give up. I will not give in. I will make sure that I will push past my pain to get me to my greatness. Because I understand that my commitment that is to my son, to my wife, to my daughter, I don't know who you're making that commitment to my why. I had to attach it to my promise. And I made that promise and I will keep it. So yes, when he made it back. Yes, he made it back, and as he was running to the door, the son's looking at the window, waiting for his dad to come back. Every day he's waiting. Why? Because he understands that promise. That secret promise is that I made a promise to my son. I'm going to challenge you today like this Sunday, knockout time, knockout family. If you can only get this in your mindset, if you could only believe, I'm not talking about faith without action. I'm talking about, yes, faith tell you it is possible. Faith says, even though it hurts some days, faith says, no matter what you're going through, you can push through it. Now listen to me. Faith says you will make it out. But I want to tell you this, that execution is celebrated. You've got to get that mindset that you understand that every single day you grind. Every single day you work. Every single day you push past your pain. But when you make that promise, to something greater than you and you attach it to your why, I guarantee you guys, I guarantee you will become successful. I guarantee it's a guarantee because guess what? You know that there's somebody out there that's watching you. There's somebody out there that's depending on you. There is somebody out there that needs to hear your story. There's somebody out there that knows that you're the light. And if you could just keep going, and I know he can do it, I can do it too. That's why you've got to say, I will make it to my dream. I will become successful. I will become the greatest motivational speaker of all time. I understand that when you start living for something greater than yourself, listen to me very carefully, guys. I'm trying to explain to you this. Make that promise. Some of you might have to watch this on the replay because I want to get this in your mindset. I believe in you. I believe in you. I believe that every one of us have greatness within us. I believe that everything that you want, everything that you dream of, everything that you desire in your heart, whether it be a husband, whether it be a wife, whether it be that job, whether it be that education, maybe that university degree, whatever you desire, if you can only make that promise to somebody greater than yourself and they can hold you accountable for what you said, I will tell you this, I made that promise to myself. So yeah, I'm that guy, that college dropout, struggling with learning disability, dyslexia and dyspraxia, beating to learn in the classroom. Some teachers, hey man, let me tell you something. The most amazing feeling is when I look my teachers in the eye now and they see me, say, son, I see you, I watch you, I see you. They watching me now. Listen, when they see me, they say, look, I'm proud of you. I say, listen, I made it through because I made a promise. You see, you got to get this in your mindset that when you can make a promise to yourself and make that thing that makes you tick, that you understand that is greater than yourself, that you understand that your why is what pushes you to greatness. You will get this in your mindset that nothing, absolutely nothing, listen to me very carefully, nothing is impossible. If you believe, if you really want it, but you've got to put the work in, you got to execute, you got to grind, but you've got to push through. So from this day forward, listen to me, we're in February. We're in February of 2018. We're in the first quarter. You got the opportunity to make the best of the rest of your life, the best of your life. You've got the opportunity to wake up every single day and say, I can and I will make it happen. Nothing will stop me from being great. And the moment that you start having that mindset, I guarantee you will become successful. Guys, yes, he did come home. The father, as he picked his bag up and he's returning, the son waiting, looking by the window, he knew that he will make it home because he made that promise to his son. I guarantee you this, if you can make a promise and when you make this promise and let the promise keeper hold on to this promise, he's dependent on you. My wife is dependent on me. My daughter's dependent on me. My father's dependent on me. My mother's dependent on me, that I will fulfill my promise. I guarantee you this one thing, guys. I'm trying to explain to you this from the bottom of my heart. Then you will become successful, like for real. Then your greatness will shine. Then you'll be living for something greater than you. Then you'll be living your best life. It's your boy, Dr. G. You just watch out NASCAR time. For those of you who are watching me on a replay, please share this video. But guess what? You got to watch it from the very beginning because I just told the story. Oh, man, how I made it through. It's your boy, Dr. G. I'm out of here. I love you guys. You know what time it was. It was knockout time, baby. Woo! I'm gone.